Good morning, dear students. My name is Mamadou Kali Jallo. I am a teacher trainer. Today we are going to see a video lesson on how pandemics spread. Let's get started. Now look at the image. What is this? Amadou? A virus. Great, it's a virus. What's its name, or what is it called? Lena? Coronavirus or COVID-19? Great answer. What disease does it cause? Abdul? It causes COVID-19 or coronavirus. In fact, the virus and the disease have the same name. Now, do you know other diseases? Or what other diseases do you know? Isa? Influenza or flu. So you can also say flu. Great answer. Kine? HIV/AIDS. Fantastic. Tamba? Tuberculosis. Great. Aminata? Cancer. Cholera. You should give one, but anyway, you gave two, no problem. Great answer too. Amadou again? Malaria. Great. Fatu? Ebola. Good answer. Pate? Measles. Isa? Arthritis. Great. SARS. Good answer again. H1N1. Fantastic. Bird flu. Absolutely fantastic. Chickenpox, also known as varicella. Great. Black Death or plague. Great. Now, among these diseases we have just, given, which ones are contagious, meaning can be transmitted from human to human, and which ones are not? So, you're going to now classify them and then put them in the table below. So be careful, you might need a dictionary in this activity. So before you go ahead, so let me make sure you know what I ask you to do. So what are you supposed to do? Classify the disease. Which disease are you going to classify? The one which are below. When you finish, what are you going to do with them? Amadou, put them in the table below. Okay, good. So you have 5 minutes to do this activity. Okay, so now let me give you the handout. So Ibrahima, come and help me with the handouts. Give everybody. Do you all have the handouts? Okay, that's great. Now you can start. Now let's check together to see which answer we have. Okay, so then you read the answers on the board and then you compare with what you have in your handout to see if you got the good answers. Go ahead. Okay, have you got all of them? Who's got all of them, in fact? Ibrahima, fantastic. All right, so now We've talked about many diseases in the previous activity. Now, and we said some of them are contagious. Now, when they affect many people in a country, what do you call them? Della, you call them what? Could you repeat? Epidemic. Great. Now, how about when they affect hundreds of thousands of people around the world? What do you call them in this case? Do you still call them epidemic? Jean? Pandemics. That's a great, great answer. So our lesson today is going to be about pandemics, as I announced at the beginning. So we are going to, so this is it, the title, How Pandemics Spread. So now we're going to do the first activity. You are going to watch the video and say which of the disease below, the same disease as the one we saw in the previous activity, are mentioned in the video. So you have them here: flu, AIDS, SARS, Black Death, tuberculosis, arthritis, cancer, malaria, measles, Ebola, H1N1, bird flu, chickenpox, and cholera. So again, let me check if you know what I'm asking you to do. So what are you going to do? Are you going to listen? No. You are going to watch. Watch what? Watch a video, and then after watching the video, what are you supposed to do? Going to see which of these diseases are mentioned in the video. So great. Now, let me give you the second handout, okay? You, Ibrahim, again, as you the class rep, help distribute. Great, everybody's got it. So let's start. You have 5 minutes to do this activity.
Close.
Okay, now let's check again. So you have on the board the disease which I mentioned. You check from your handouts if you have the right answers. It's great. Now, from the disease that you have here, which one is not very familiar to you, or the name of it? Aminata, you say Black Death. It's called in French la peste noire. That's it, la peste. Okay, it's called la peste. Okay, all right. So now we are going to do the second activity based on the video. Okay, you are going to watch again, but this time you are going to choose the best answer, A, B, or C. So let me display the answers, the questions, different questions. Okay, you'll see all of them in your handout. Okay, now let's check again. Now, before that, we're still displaying the. Now let's check if you got the right answers. So number 1 is B, number 2 C, number 3 is B, number 4 B. Number 5, C. Number 6, B. Number 7 is A, and number 9 is C. Who's got them all right? Fatoumata, that's great. Okay. Now let's carry on with our lesson. Class, what is a collocation? Okay, who can give it a try? Jean. Okay. Can you tell us, Jean, what a collocation is? No, I think we can have a better answer. What about Ulay Mata? Ulay? Yes, Ulay. A collocation, you say, is two or more words that often go together or sounds right together. Good answer. So let me just add that we usually use verbs to make collocations. Let me give some examples. Make a decision, make sacrifices, wear a face mask. Many people are wearing face masks during this coronavirus time. Wear gloves. People are also wearing gloves, especially people who are selling things. Stay at home. Stay safe. Respect the social distancing measures. Now, the coronavirus is spreading all over Senegal. What do authorities need to do to stop it? They need to make the right decision. So make decision is another collocation. Now, let's try to practice a bit on collocations. Now, here we have two columns, A and B. In column A, you'll have verbs, and in column B, you will have groups of words. So you are going to match verbs in column A with groups of words in column B to form collocations as the ones, if you remember, the ones we just see. So yeah, you have them here. So for the verbs, you have declare, ban. Do you know the meaning of ban? To ban is to forbid. It means that something is not permitted. Close, limit, ban again, treat, quarantine. How about quarantine? When you quarantine a person, you put the person aside in a public building or in a hotel or in a place for a period of time. So quarantine and test, sensitize, recommend, impose. And then on column B, you have the groups of words. Now you are going to try to match the verbs from column A with the groups of words from column B to make collocations. Now, don't use arrows. Okay, you can answer here. So where you have the numbers, put your answers right after. Let me check again. What are you supposed to do? Match verbs in column A with groups of words in column B. And then you have 5 minutes. You can first work individually, and then when you finish, you can compare your answers with the person next to you. Okay, now go ahead. Two minutes left. Okay, now time is over. Let's check together. So number 10 is E, declare the state of emergency. President Macky Sall did it at a time when the crisis started, being, let's say, severe. So he declared the state of emergency. Ban public gathering. He did so too. Close frontiers, airports, schools, and universities. Limit seats on mass transit buses and taxis. Ban road trips between cities. Treat sick people. Quarantine and test those who have been in contact with sick people. Sensitize people about prevention measures. Recommend people to stay at home. Impose a curfew between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. Now, what is a curfew? It's a rather abstract word, so let's try to give it in French. A curfew is un couvre-feu. Okay, so now we have checked together, and then all the collocation we see here could be are in the form of decision that authorities make to fight the spread of the coronavirus. So now, let's practice. So you are going to work in different groups. Each group is supposed to choose one task. Okay? Choose one task from the table below. Now, I'm going to give you a context. That context, you're going to use it for activity 20, 21, 22, and 23. So this is a context. The coronavirus is spreading in Senegal. More and more people are contaminated every day. Now, task 22, designing a poster or a postcard, or a podcast, sorry. Still the same context, which is the coronavirus is spreading in Senegal. More and more people are contaminated every day. This is the task you're going to do. As a responsible citizen, you are going to design a poster or a podcast to sensitize Senegalese people about the symptoms of coronavirus and the prevention measures. Now, you can use the links below to find out about how to design a poster and how to design a podcast. Now, let's move to the next activity, okay, which is writing a speech. Now here, don't write a long speech. Just write a speech which is about 250 words. Now, the same context again. The activity is, now you are going to imagine that you are President Macky Sall. Okay? Now, make a speech in which you announce strong measures to limit the propagation of the virus. Now, if you choose to do this activity, you can use vocabulary from the previous activity. And some link again to help you about speech writing. Okay? So you'll find one sample and one that is going to tell you a bit about how to plan a speech. The next activity is a role play. So you are going to, after writing the conversation, you are going to practice it, and then you're going to role play it in front of the class. So the same context again. The prompt. One of your friends does not respect the curfew. Remember, what did we say is a curfew? Un couvre-feu. Okay, great. And the social distancing measures. Now, imagine a conversation in which you are trying to sensitize him or her on the importance of respecting the laws and prevention measures. Next activity is email writing. So you're going to write between 120 and 150 words. Now, we have a different context here. Many Senegalese immigrants feel stigmatized ever since one of them contaminated 20 people, including family members, after he flew back home from Italy. They feel, these Senegalese immigrants, rejected by their own people who are accusing them of spreading the disease in the country. Now, we're going to imagine that you are the president of the Association of Senegalese Immigrants in Brescia, Italy. Now, you are going to write an email to the Ministry of or the Minister of Foreign Affairs to complain about the situation. Now, your email will have an introductory paragraph in which you are going to give the reason why you are writing. And then you're going to have two body paragraphs. In the first one, you're going to give details of the problem, which is here, the Senegalese immigrant feel stigmatized. You give details about that. And then in the next paragraph, you talk about the consequences that that problem have. And in the concluding paragraph, you are going to request politely for action. Don't forget, you are writing to an authority, so you should use polite request expressions here. You can still have links here about formal and informal email writing. Okay? And another one, a sample of letter of complaint that you just adapt here to the email format. Now, to finish, you can take our quiz challenge. Today we're going to have two Kahoot quiz challenges. One is going to be about social distancing and COVID-19, and the other one about collocations that we've just seen. So here are the two links. Okay. Now, both quizzes are active until May the 13th. Okay, so you can do them. Now, in your group, try to collaborate, share the task, and do the assignment. Now, stay home, stay safe. See you next time. Bye.
Hello, dear learners, dear parents. We're happy to be back again in the English broadcast offered to you by the Ministry of Education and brought to you by Canal Education and RTS. Please stay home and learn with us. We have just watched the lesson on how pandemics spread. They are here to bring very clear answers to your questions. But before then, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Tambangom, and I'm the National Pedagogy Coordinator at the Ministry of Education. And on my right, I have Inspector Musa Gay, who works in Chess Academy Inspection. Hello, Mr. Gay.
Hello, Mr. Ngom. How are you?
Happy to receive you again.
Okay, thank you very much.
How are things?
Everything is fine, yes.
Great. On my left, I have the outstanding trainer, Mr. Mawa Sam from the Teacher Training Center, CRFP Dakar. Hello, Mr. Sam.
Hello, Tamba.
Are you okay?
Yes, super fine today.
Yeah, honored to have you again.
Thank you, thank you. We are all happy to be here again because it's for the good cause, I think.
Good. And ready to answer the questions from learners.
Sure.
Thank you very much, dear colleagues. So we listening to our students from all around the country. Do we have any question over there?
My name is Masamba Gay. I am calling from Fatik. How can TV help students learn from home?
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Masamba, calling from Fatik. I'm going to repeat the question so that you can bring some answers. How can TV help students learn from home? Mawa, may I give you the floor?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Tamba, for giving me the floor. I'm happy to be here again. And we all learn that COVID-19 is a disease that has no vaccine so far. So what does it mean? For that main reason, all schools are closed, mainly all around the world, to prevent students and teachers and the whole community from being contaminated. So, and the Ministry of Education, in line with some policies that are initiated all around the world, wants now this TV program to help students learn from home. And what does it mean? It means that it's not an exhaustive program. It's not exhaustive. Because what they want to do, it is to help learners at least have extra learning from students, from experts that could elicit some things for them. So it means that it's not only TV that is going to be used, because the Ministry of Education has set up other tools and instruments to help students. Because in line with the Apprendre à la Maison program, we have a platform. And in that platform, teachers can send their resources, their lesson plans, all materials that can be useful for the students. And there is a forum on which, after each lesson, students can ask questions. And we are also planning, with all the resources we have in the remote areas, to have some printable document that we could print and give it to students who don't have access to TV or to the internet. So this Apprendre à la Maison concept is only one among many ways to help students reduce the gap of learning that they haven't been able to do so far for almost 2 months now. So we should not reduce it only to TV is not accessible. No, it's not only about TV. It's about many tools that are set up and implemented for all students, because the policy is no child left behind. We want all children to be able to learn, all learners, even parents, to learn from this program.
Okay. So it means it's a very inclusive program.
Inclusive,
okay,
that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's very clear, and it's very important, this precision, because sometimes people might think that everything is here, circumcised here in Dakar or not. But as you say, it is something that goes up to the very remote areas in Senegal.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mr. Sam. Anything to add, Musa, about this?
Thank you very much, Mr. Ngom, and also Mr. Samb. So Dr. Samb is very important and very clear. But I can just add that instead of considering it as an activity just limited to the student, it is also a way for the teachers who are in different areas in the country to just know that the lessons we are trying is just an introduction. It's just a way for them to deepen the activity, to enlarge the activity, and also to make them at the disposal of the students who don't have the means of doing it. Now, teachers have their computers, they have cell phones, they have different means of communications that can help them be in contact, that can help them receive the information and just transmit them to the students. They are not obliged to just watch it on TV, but even you have YouTube, you have WhatsApp, you have different ways of communication that can be used positively and communicatively, and just to make the students benefit from it. Thank you very much.
Very clear. Right. Yes, and I think in this, in this framework, the local authorities also can play a role.
Absolutely.
Because as we know, everything that is relating to education is in their hands. I mean, the mayors, the departmental councils and everything, all those people can help teachers and stakeholders of education make this project a reality everywhere in the country.
Yeah, definitely. I think that they can cascade all the things we have been doing to the remotest areas and have to reach all the people.
Sure.
As I said earlier, no child left behind. We want everybody to be included in what we are doing.
Definitely. I think everything is clear. Can we have the next question? Yes?
Hello, everyone. My name is Aminata Balde. I'm calling from Kolda. My question is, what roles can a school play in the fight against COVID-19? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Aminata from Kolda. It means, yes, as you said, guys, this is a proof that, wherever you happen to be in the country, you are involved in the program. So we're having some calls from all around the country. Okay, and this one from Kolda, we're very happy to receive this call. I'm going to repeat the question, is what roles can school play in the fight against COVID-19? Inspector Musa, may I give you the floor?
Okay, thank you very much. So before answering this question, I think that it would be very useful and very important to precise the role of school first. Because the students, they receive two types of education. Okay. So we can have education, you see just here, getting knowledge, getting instruction from the school. We can also have upbringing. The students, as a boy, you are brought up at home. So upbringing means education, but the education you are receiving at home, and education, the instruction, the education you are receiving in the schools. But now, in the schools also, the teachers are not only limited to giving instruction, but also they have to show the students the best way to behave in society, to live the personal training, and also the interpersonal interactions that are happening in real life situation. Which means that in the framework of this COVID-19 disease, the first responsible is the principal of the school, who has to include in the code of conduct of the school the different rules, the different rules that may protect the students, that may protect the teachers and everyone who is working in the school. So now the principal has an important role. The teachers have very important roles, but also the students they have roles in the framework of the clubs, English clubs, history and geography clubs, etc., etc. And with the combination of all these activities, the students will be able to get knowledge, to get very good behaviors that they will take at home, and also try to that will have an impact on their parents, their sisters and brothers. And I think that so the role of school is a fundamental role. All right.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, very, very, very clear. School, society, everything so is interconnected. Doctor?
Yeah, I think that what he said, just to add that when we have this program being played for students, that means that all stakeholders in the entire system have a key role to play. And when we're talking about COVID-19, which is new because it was a big shock to the entire world, something new, nobody knows about it. Nobody heard about corona, apart from some people. So what does it mean? It is a response we need to have from schools. And the response we are expecting from schools should come from teachers, from students, from the decision makers, from the entire community that is here to help. And as you said, Musa, the students can take what they learn from school and transfer it in their homes, in their communities, to help their parents, because some parents are not learned, haven't been to school, and they could help them. What are the good attitudes? Because when we are going to schools, we are training the leaders of tomorrow, the future citizens of our society. That's why it is important. It's a key for us to lay a special emphasis on education of this at school.
Thank you very much.
Just to add that, English is not just a subject, but it's a language before.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should treat it as that.
And a means of communication.
Definitely.
So, and as such, as you said, we can use that language and use other languages and other media in order to play the very role school is meant to play. Because, as you said, school and the society are interconnected. And I often say that school is the society in miniature. So, you remember, because you mentioned the decision makers in the fight, right at the beginning, you could see that all elementary schools and the teachers were asked to deliver at least one lesson on prevention. It means that the learners were prepared, equipped to play their role. And the role is what they have learned from school, they should be likely to implement, to reinvest it in their houses, in their district, and everywhere. So, yeah, I think today school can play any role in the development, but also in the economics of a country. And if we do not play this role, if school does not play this role, it means it's going to fail. And what people are doing today shows that we are far from being, at that stage. We succeeding in this role. And in the framework of the fight against COVID-19, you can see everywhere people are, abiding by the rules. And this, I know school has played a very important role in there. Absolutely. So, and they're going to be a kind of while, because what we're doing today is we are in the wild COVID-19. But they're going to be, as you said, they're going to be a post-COVID-19.
Definitely.
And this post-COVID-19 is very important for the society. We should do our best in order not to change our everyday habits, because these habits are the best ones, maybe. Okay, in terms of sanitation. We should always stay clean. Make our environment clean.
Thank you.
Help. Okay.
All right.
Help our neighbors clean in order to stay safe, stay home, doing it and learning every day with Apprendre à la maison in the framework of this very good English and even other subjects broadcast. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah,
it was a pleasure having you here once again.
Thank you. And my last word will be stay home, be blessed, and learn.
Thank you
very
much.
Okay.